Hello, my friend Scott here representing Youth Potential. So welcome to Untitled vlog episode 2. So I'm tidying up my room this morning, well actually organising it and rearranging it, to be honest, and I try to minimalise things as much as possible. I like things to be neat and organised. I can't stand sporadicness, although I've got junk all over the floor at the moment because I need to organise that. But what I found was my very early Youth Potential writings. So when, I don't know if you guys know, but when I started Youth Potential, it was more about helping young people discover their purpose or achieve their goals, or discover their goals in the first place, or set themselves goals. And it was about that, maintaining a positive mental attitude, confidence and all this kind of stuff. So I used to literally, I'll show you these folders of, they're not all full up, but that's where my writings and that are. This one is actually my certificates. I work in hospitality, so I've got numerous certificates for apprenticeships that I've done and all that kind of stuff. All my GCSE certificates are in there. First aid, lardy. That one's good. This one is actually all stickers from a really old Kerrang magazine and PlayStation 2 magazine. So we're looking at like 2000 anywhere between 2004 and 2007, judging by the pictures. What's this one? Yeah, so this particular folder, and you can't really see in there. Let me just try and get to a page and turn it around. So I did a few speeches. I used to record them, me wearing a suit in my garage, and that's what I used to do. I used to talk into the camera, Let me just read out some of these actually to you. So for example, I talk about having a definite goal, and I say, what is a goal? The difference between a goal and a definite goal is clarity and certainty. And then I kind of go on to explain, I kind of just have this system for what, why and how. So what the principle is that you're working on to be successful, why you want to do that, and how you do it. This is kind of like a learning kind of sort of miniature seminar course thing that I was doing for friends and family. And then I have one here, because originally my plan was to call Youth Potential, well, it would be Youth Potential would be the brand name, and then the product would be called the 7 Principles of Success. I mean, none of it was my work at all. I mean, I typed all this out and wrote it and everything, but I was just learning from other motivational speakers and authors and entrepreneurs over the last 100 years or so. And I just reworded it into my sort of the way I talk, simple basically. And then, pass on that knowledge, because at the time I was doing really well, earning lots of money, just bought a first house, and all that kind of stuff, and I really wanted to share the blessings that I'd learned with others. This is an interesting one. Concentration of positive thoughts. I know it can be difficult to think positively all the time, so I will now share some useful methods with you. Here it goes. Your mind is inclined to try and produce negative thoughts Your mind is inclined to try and produce negative thoughts at any time, and the more negative your mental attitude is, the more it will do that. Your mental attitude is built up of all the thoughts that you have been having recently. For example, if you've been thinking about the future you desire to have, you will be maintaining a positive mental attitude. From time to time, even though they haven't actually happened, the things that anger you, make you sad, or the things that you're afraid of will flash into your mind. Unfortunately, you will often accept these thoughts and you will live as if they were true. All that does is hold you back and stops you from making progress in your life, especially towards your definite goal. These negative things that pop up into your mind are nothing but limitations that you have set up for yourself. It's quite interesting because I wrote this after my first, I don't know, I'd say 2 to 3 years maybe after I overcame mental illness, depression and self-harm and all that as a teenager. And this is probably about 3 years before my relapse. So it's quite interesting to see what my perception of things were, because back then I used to think mental health was, because I'd overcome it, mental illness, I was under the impression that it was not easy, but a lot more achievable than I thought. I think I just got extremely lucky and did work hard. But I think I would probably reword a lot of this now, because there are some things that I've learned since that I don't agree with my past self. Anyway, so that's that one. And then I've got one here. This is like the science of success learning that I did. I tried to do it in courses, like different lessons. God, there's literally all of these paperwork. It's just all my writing and typing. And look, here's my goal in 2013. By the 25th of December 2013, I will be a science success teacher who earns £100 an hour for influencing and teaching people. Yeah. Well, that never happened. The problem was, I don't know, I can't remember what went wrong. But anyway, enough about that. So, yeah, that was really interesting to find. I think one day, when I do get to become self-employed, I'm going to read through all that and maybe adapt it to my more mental health related stuff that I'm doing these days on Youth Potential. Oh, I had some posts yesterday. Harry Potter minifigure for my eldest daughter, because she loves Lego, and Mum is trying to get her into Harry Potter. My youngest, it was her birthday the other day, some Duplo, and I've got loads of these books. They're really cool, actually. They're called Little People, Big Dreams, and they're all sort of famous people. So that's Marie Curie. And they basically just try and teach sort of like young kids that, you know, you can overcome adversity and achieve your dreams and goals. Yeah, and they've got loads of different famous people. There's like Stephen Hawking, Joan of Arc, Jane Austen. There's just loads of different ones, and they're really cool. Yeah, so as some of you may know, our Prime Minister is in intensive care in St Thomas's Hospital at the moment. I just really hope that people are being respectful, because I know before this coronavirus, you know, plenty of people were slagging off Boris Johnson, saying he wasn't fit for the job, he couldn't do it, etc. But, you know, I think just give the man a break. Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, would you want to do his job? So no, just don't complain. Hopefully he's going to be all right, because, well, it's sad when anyone dies, especially during this coronavirus time. ITV News was showing real frontline footage that had been allowed into an intensive care unit to show you what happens with all the doctors and nurses, what they do on the front line to treat coronavirus patients. And it was really interesting, because it just looked like a regular kind of like hospital ward, other than the fact that all the staff are covered head to toe in like personal protection equipment. And there was footage of this lady who had been discharged from the hospital, had sort of recovered from the coronavirus, and it was quite emotional, you know. She was really grateful, and it was amazing. So, anything else that I might want to share with you guys in today's Untitled vlog? No, that is it. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow to do another one. All the best. Bye.